had 2 clients in 1 week tell me they don't use conditioner in their hair. Huh? Okay, so we're gonna get started with brushing in a little leave-in conditioner. I am not intending this to be a tutorial, by the way. This is just a get ready with me while I answer hair questions. What's your go-to shampoo and conditioner? Now this one actually changes for me like seasonally. So like it depends on what season we're in. So right now, since we're in winter, I've been using like more moisturizing or more nourishing stuff. So think about how, like, you know, every time you do your skincare, you should change that up to per season. To answer the question though, currently I'm using the new shampoo and conditioner from Davines. It is now available in Sephora, so it's not just salon only now, which I think will help with it overall. Even though a lot of stylists were upset about that, I think they're a company, they're gonna want money. So I just mixed up the e.l.f. bronzing drops with my SPF. I don't really use anything else but SPF, honestly. Like sometimes I'll use my Rhode glazing milk, but that's it. So while the moisturizer sets, because I do usually let it sit for a bit, I usually pick out my outfit at this time if I'm like getting ready for work. But today I'm just getting ready for bowling. Okay, so I have one question here, which I think is really interesting because I feel like I talk a lot about how often I do wash my hair. How often do you wash your hair and why? So I typically wash my hair literally once, maybe twice a week, depending on the week. I wash my hair once every like 5, 6. I used to be able to do like 7, 8, but lately it's been more, yeah, the 5 and 6. Like still a decent amount of time between washes, but not like what I used to do, which was literally like, yeah, like 7 to 8 days. So yeah, I wash my hair like once every 5-ish days nowadays, I would say. All right, the next question is, what products do you always reach for in the morning? So for me, a go-to is always the moisturizer I used with the bronzing drops from e.l.f. Really good. It always just like brightens me up, even if I do nothing else. You would think in winter here we don't really need it, but I would argue we really need it more because the sunlight reflects off the snow. And I know that sounds weird to say, but it does. So we actually still need SPF here in winter. Is box dye really that bad? Yeah, it is, but not for the reasons some people think. So I would say box dye is really that bad because the majority of the time when it comes to the box dyes is just the fact that we don't know what the heck is in them, honestly. Hair color is a one-size-fits-all when it comes to the box dyes versus if you come to see a professional, we customize it for you. You gotta admit, having customizable anything for you always is better. Customizable shoes, or like even just like, yeah, like tailoring your jeans, tailoring your pants, so that it fits you better. So that's basically what you're doing when you come to a hair salon. You're tailoring your hair for yourself. That's a great way of saying it. Okay. So this was a mousse called Liquid Spell. I put it at my roots and everywhere on my scalp per se to give me a little bit of lift. And yeah, so I can't really talk obviously when I'm blow drying, so I'll blow dry and then I'll come back for a question or two. Curtain bangs, love or hate? What's your advice for first timers? So yeah, if you have curtain bangs, a good few ways of like blow drying or like styling them. So you just want to find your bang. I like to just take the rest behind that isn't your curtain bang, just behind your ears. And then I like to use round brushes, or like the round brush attachment of my Dyson, like the middle setting, so not the hottest and not the fastest. So you want to think about the direction you want them to go in, but think opposite. So we want it to swoop away from the face. I'm going to come towards my face like this, and then brush, 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 and then it'll come and kind of swoop out. And honestly, I love curtain bangs. They're so fun and cute, and I think they frame a lot of people's faces. And if you saw my Dyson tutorial video, you'll know I say like to turn it off while it's in the shape. So then you get that nice little swoop. And then just take it out. And there we go, nice little swoops. How do you keep your hair healthy if you color it often? Which I will say too, nowadays coloring your hair isn't as damaging as it used to be. Definitely it once was really damaging. And like it still is damaging, just not as bad as it used to be, honestly, if you ask me. Like even the fact too that pregnant people can get their hair colored now, when I know some will still avoid it just to be safe. A lot of hair brands have like come such a long way in the fact of like not a lot of them really damage your hair when you color it nowadays. Like, is it the best thing to do? In my opinion, go ahead, color your hair, but like, you know, in reality, is that the worst thing you can do to your hair? I would say no. Yes, it's kind of damaging, but also too, like the glosses, like the toners are super hydrating. Like mine is made out of olive oil. So like, come on, that's really good if you ask me. What's the biggest hair mistake you see clients make at home? I would say the biggest mistake would be like no heat protectant. Oh, actually too, I had 2 clients in 1 week tell me they don't use conditioner in their hair. And yes, both of those girlies had finer hair, but even still, I would argue you need conditioner as a fine hair girly. Like my hair is fine too. I just have a lot of it. I still condition my hair, even though it's all fine. You just have to be careful. Like you have to rinse out your hair very well when you do condition it, when you do masks, but you can still use those products. I wouldn't even call that like mistakes, just more so like misconceptional myths of like, oh, you really shouldn't use conditioner if you have fine hair. Like no, use it. Just rinse your hair out very well. There we go. One side of my hair is all done. How do you make your blowouts last longer? I would say like tension is a big thing. And I know it sounds scary. When it's drier, like I'm gonna be blow drying this with the round brush attachment. So having good tension actually helps with the blow dries because then you're getting it smoother. You're basically adding tension to make it smoother and like have it last longer. So like if you're going in there and you're like not feeling it, like granted you don't want to like pull your hair out, but like you also don't want to be gentle on your hair, which I know sounds weird to say, but like look at what I'm doing. Look at my hair and you'll see what I mean by tension. But by being a bit, I don't want to say rough, but like by being a bit on like that, having tension there, you can see how smooth my hair has now gotten versus before, like after we blow dried it, but now like when we fluff dried it versus now, you can see the difference in like how smooth it is and like the little bounce and the little like hint of like a wave here. Like that's all because of the tension I gave my hair and everything. Fine too, to make your blowout last longer, good hairspray, whether it be like, you know, something like the Amica or one of the Davines sprays. I kind of go between the two a lot. This is my favorite spray from Davines ever. It's a shimmery mist and it just, it adds something to the hair. Like it smells good. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. And also too, I find it just adds a touch of like a shine. Nothing crazy, like a little shimmer. It's so pretty. I love it. For the lips, I have on the Rhode Peptide Lip. And this is in the color Salty Tan. Okay, let's answer one last question and then we'll finish the video. So let's go for, what's one beauty product you'd repurchase forever? That's a good one. What would I repurchase forever? Honestly, I've bought this so many times, this highlighter. It's the Rare Beauty highlighter. Look at that. So it's the highlighter in Exhilarate. I've bought this so many times. My friend got it for me for my birthday one year and then I've been hooked ever since. And I think it's been like a good like 2 or 3 years that this is my highlighter. So I think I'm going to have to pick that, honestly. It's so nice. I mean, I layer it too with the liquid highlighter from Rare Beauty. So I mean, you saw me go through it, but I do the Mesmerize Liquid Illuminizer and then I go in with the powder highlighter. And I think it's just so pretty. Granted, the light is helping it being really glowy, but even without the light, like you can see it still. I think it's super pretty. I think it's so nice in my skin tone. We're gonna put this on just so the lighting's better. But yeah, I would repurchase that all the time. I mean, granted, like I said, my friend got it for me and then I've been repurchasing it ever since. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here, especially if you're here still. I know it's gonna be a long video. So yeah, have a good rest of your day and I'll see you in my next one.